Hey, what's up, YouTube? Kind of slept all day today, so this is going to be a short video, whether I like it or not. Sorry about the mess if you see one. I just can't control how my dad keeps this place looking. Okay, well, I'm not really sure of a title for this video, but first of all, I want to start out by discussing the fact that once again we are in the Greek alphabet for hurricane names, just like 2005, which really makes me wish I lived further inland. But since Tropical Storm Beta was pretty much a rain event, oh well, I guess can't really do anything about that right now. But what I would like to talk about today, well, really, I wish I could talk about a number of things, but I just don't think I have time. I want to say that it doesn't exactly make me happy to know that this person named Cody Talks, Cody_talks on YouTube will be in Texas, I want to say around October 10th. And this is just a person that I've been kind of following for, well, at least 5 years or so, ever since the oldest videos on the channel. But really makes me feel kind of weird to know that this person will be in Texas, in my state, you know, the best state within the best country in the world, and doing some kind of a physique show, because what I want to talk about is how that is not an improvement. You know, the way this person looks versus the way they look, say, 5-6 years ago is not an improvement. It is not a change that I would want to make in my life. But you know, the irony is that although this person is so proud of being male or masculine, I actually weigh, I wouldn't say twice as much, but 100 pounds more for sure than Cody Talks. I weigh, well, I'm not going to say my exact weight because I'm not exactly even sure what it is. That's about how much I care about it. I weigh over 200, we'll say. And I'm slightly taller. You know, like I say, I'm a little shy of 5'4". And this person has admitted to being shorter than that. So I'm taller and I weigh about 100 pounds more than this person, but yet I identify as a woman, you know, basically because I don't really have much of a choice. You know, any minute that door is going to open right there and in will walk my dad. And if you think he's unsupportive, well, at least he's not the one that threatened to transition my face into 1,000,000 pieces if I ever use that word in reference to myself again. That was my mom back in 2010. So neither one of them would support me through these surgeries and, you know, things that would be involved in becoming a boy. So as a result, you know, as much as I wanted to live as this male alter ego that I talked about in another video, because my parents wouldn't support me in all those things, I decided that rather than try to live as a boy, you know, against my parents' wishes, which is basically impossible, considering my finances, I decided to switch my alter ego to another female. And I'm not going to tell you why the ending in ICA appealed to me so much. You know, Veronica, Jessica, Erica, I'm sure you can imagine, you know, if you put Angel in front of that instead. But I digress. So basically, I just like the thought of being a prince or a princess. You know, I love having a royal title. And of course my dad never called me princess growing up. But you know, I just like the thought of being someone other than, you know, the name I was born, although I'm not going to actually live that way in the real world because my mom had a really good reason for naming me what she did. And you know, that's not the only reason they don't support me, but you know, just the thought of calling me something other than that name that my mom picked out that she really liked a lot, which is not Veronica. But it's like, I mean, just the vitriol, just the hate that I would get. You know, if I were, like, they don't even want me discussing other people that are trans, FFS. And I'm only going to tell you S is for sake. They don't, like, they get mad at me if I even discuss other people. Like, if they even knew that I was watching Cody Talks videos, they would get really, really mad. And probably try to take away my phone and my computer. But, so yeah, I mean, the one time that the subject matter got brought up, it was a really bad night, and my mom said something to the effect of, "Wait until I die, you stupid bitch." So really she could have left off the bitch, but you know, because I don't want to hear the F word and the S word and the B word and all those other words from my parents, you know, I better STFU, or S is for shut, you know, about anything, you know, pertain to me being trans. And you know, the way I feel about it is, you know, even if it would make me happy, like even if that would be what would actually bring me joy in my life, which I don't actually believe, even if it would be the best thing in the world for me, I feel like the way my parents feel about it would overshadow that joy. You know, any happiness that I could get out of living as a male, you know, would be basically destroyed by the words of my parents, you know, hearing them use those words and tell me that if it's really that important to me, I should just kill myself, you know, so they could just bury their daughter and not have the shame and humiliation of, you know, being the parents of a transgender. You know what I'm saying? They'd much rather have a dead daughter than a counterfeit son, if you will. So yeah, I cannot stand this person, Cody Talks. Because everything that this person is doing just kind of flies in the face of the way my parents would want me to live. And so it's kind of like, if, you know, if the male alter ego that I created is invalid, you know, why would I lend credibility to who these people want to be seen as? You know what I'm saying? Like, the name I wanted to use on myself is in the book of Daniel, but it isn't Daniel. And it's like, every time, like, I couldn't even discuss that name. Like, even if I would just say, like, you know, that name means such and such, you know, my mom would just get really mad about it and say, "You're not Daniel, you sorry son of a B," or, you know, GD it anyhow. And it's like she would just get really mad about it. You know, I'm just pretending that it's Daniel, but of course that would be too common for me to actually use, but it's in the book of Daniel. So, you know, she would just get really mad about it. You know, even just me saying that name, you know, even if it's, you know, not me saying that I want to use that name. You know what I'm saying? Like, she says, like, if I even think about it, or if she even thinks that I'm thinking about it, you know, I won't be living with her, which of course I'm not. I'm living with my dad. But I mean, he gets equally aggravated, you know, with anything, you know, to do with that subject matter. You know, they won't even let me shop at Target, you know, because they think that they allow men to use the women's restroom and vice versa. So I'm not even allowed to shop at Target, you know, because of how they feel about trans people and leftists. So if I ever needed something that I absolutely couldn't get anywhere else, I would have to pay with cash and hope that I don't get in a wreck on the way home. You know what I'm saying? I would have to pretend that I got it from Walmart if they asked me where I got it from. So I'm not allowed to shop at Target even, or to even be friends with such people, let alone a significant other. And I just don't think that what this Cody person did is an improvement.